You know, there's a lot of important things going on in the world, folks, and we understand that. But we also are watching this Michael Jackson story, which, let me tell you, is getting plenty interesting. And boy, I don't think you're going to be too shocked when you hear that people are coming out of the woodwork to start fighting over this money. We have a shocking new interview from our sister station, Sky News. Sky sat down exclusively with one of Jackson's former bodyguards. He was with him. You know, they stayed in the same hotels. They, were together all the time. He's a man who protected the King of Pop when he was in the United Kingdom. He's now sharing some juicy information about Jackson's alleged use of prescription drugs, which is an ugly story. And get this, though. This is the first I've heard of this one, that he had a secret girlfriend. Wonder when she'll pop out. Take a look.
I would like to think that, he saw me more as a friend than a bodyguard. The normal security were outside the bedroom door, whereas I was inside the suite. I had a room adjoining to his suite.
But despite this closeness, neither Matt nor his friend Uri Geller were able to stop the singer's use of prescription drugs.
We want to play a soundbite for you now, which has to do with something that we teased earlier, which is something nobody I speak to has heard anything about before this, that he had a secret girlfriend in the United Kingdom, a relationship that had gone on for some time. Let's take a look at that.
I think the family were aware that there was someone special in his life who he loved and adored and had his ups and downs with.
All right, that's a new one, right? So let's bring in our panel. Emily Smith, East Coast News Director for Life and Style magazine, and Dr. Keith Ablow, psychiatrist and Fox News contributor. Welcome to both of you. Emily, what's your reaction when you hear that there has been some secret girlfriend? He said the family has been aware of this relationship for some time. What do you think?
I'm completely shocked. I mean, nobody had heard anything about this. All the family sources I spoke to said they'd never heard of a girlfriend. And of course, his previous relationships, Debbie Rowe, and they were all a little strange. Most of them all said they weren't consummated. So to find out he had a girlfriend is a major shock.
Yeah, see, I have a little theory on this. And I think that there are people who would benefit from Michael Jackson having a better image, that everybody forgets about all of the pedophilia stuff. If he had a secret girlfriend, that would bolster his normalcy and make him appear to be a normal guy, right?
Absolutely. It would give him a lot more legitimacy and turn him into a bit more of a normal guy. But the thing is, who was this girlfriend? Is she going to come forward? Is she going to talk to the police? Is she British? Is she American? We need more details.
My guess is no, because I think that there is no girlfriend, but that's just my theory on this. Dr. Keith Ablow, what do you make of this, and why there would be the suggestion suddenly out of the blue that there's some long-term relationship that the family was aware of, and yet nobody who knows the family seems to be aware of this relationship?
Martha, I'm with you. I think this might be an attempt to cleanse his image. We're never going to know, even if somebody's conjured up out of the ether as his quote-unquote girlfriend, we'll never know whether they had a real romantic, passionate relationship. We have the diagnosis here. This is a man uncomfortable with his race. Uncomfortable, to some extent, it seemed, with his gender. Uncomfortable, it certainly seemed, given they shared his bed with young boys, with his sexual orientation, perhaps bent and even criminal in that regard. We don't know. We do know he paid $20 million to not talk about it and not have it investigated fully. Somebody who was beaten by his father, psychologically abused by his father, sent out to entertain in the Jackson 5, had his soul stolen from him from childhood. No surprise at all. He'd tried to quell his pain with opiates, with sedatives, with all the other things, like overspending so crazily, so lavishly. This is a very disordered man. No cleansing this.
And